Unfortunately, not every state is playing high school football this fall. That includes the state of Washington, where one of the best players in the nation remains hard at work preparing for his future. That's this week's 5-Star Feature. Many top athletes in the greater Seattle area will recognize this place. It's Ford Sports Performance. From amateurs to professionals, several high-level athletes spend time training here.
We work with a lot of the top athletes from all sports. Our primary sport obviously is football. That's where we've had the most impact and benchmark, but we work with all sports. So, if you're a top athlete, you feel like you're one of the top of the class and serious about, going to the next level or playing in college or whatever, this is probably usually the place where all the athletes are at.
This particular workout has a few Seattle Seahawks, as well as some Power Conference college football players. But blending right in with them is arguably the best high school athlete in the 2021 class, Jaylahn Tuimoloau. But you can call him JT.
It's actually funny. Bobby didn't know I was a high schooler until I told him. He had to ask Tracy to make sure I was telling the truth. But yeah, since I've been working, they've been keeping up with me. They're always just telling me to keep my head down and just stay open to learning more and work harder.
I think it's a missing gap. I think for athletes at this age and even as parents, it's important to kind of feel where we can kind of fill that gap. And I think learning from someone like the current NFL players, it teaches them multiple things. How to be more detailed, how to be time managed, how to be an all-around professional, how to act and eat and walk and talk like one.
JT is a special athlete. We've had a lot of great athletes that have came through our program that we saw just like JT as young 7th and 8th graders, and they kind of blossom and grow and develop into, some of these guys are NFL All-Pros, so just seeing JT and seeing him grow and seeing him develop over the years. We knew he was special when he first came in, and you could tell by the athleticism and, the work ethic and the want to.
JT is a 6'5" 280-pound defensive lineman, and he's proven to be a dynamic athlete at Eastside Catholic High School. He's not only a dominant pass rusher, but he's also a Division I prospect in basketball.
Actually, my first love was basketball, and then it went baseball, and then it went football. So at a young age, I was very into basketball. The girl side of my family played basketball, so I just was kind of rode into it. But yeah, for basketball, I'll say I'm pretty strong, and I have a soft touch, but I'm very versatile and have a good footwork.
While JT could pursue college basketball if he really wanted to, on the football field, his future seems limitless. He's a 5-star prospect, an All-American Bowl selection, and some scouts rate him as the #1 player in the 2021 class.
It's a blessing for sure. I try not to get to my head and just make sure I keep working. I actually didn't find out until when my friends told me, because I'm not very big on social media, but to be #1 for my classes, it's just a true honor.
There's a lot of great players out there in the country, right? And I think we're probably splitting apples when we start putting definitive labels about who's the best player in the country, right? It's all arbitrary and objective. But if I was starting a football team today, I'd absolutely pick him.
Try to be a captain out there. Make sure everybody's especially on the defensive line, make sure we're all on one page. Try to not only be pass rusher, but also play everything, 9 through 3 tech. Be a DN, be an outside linebacker, and also be a D tackle.
I think he's just extremely coordinated, body control and things of that nature. We've had a few people come through here like that, but he's one of the few that had the body type to go with it, and the intelligence and the passion.
JT has played a major role for Eastside Catholic as the program has emerged as a powerhouse in recent years. The Crusaders have won back-to-back state championships, and JT even caught a touchdown to seal the win in last year's title game.
To be a part of this team is a blessing. To be a part of the dudes that came here and be surrounded with them is also a true blessing as well. But yeah, man, this football team was trying to put Washington on the map.
As important as football is to him, he has a bunch of aspirations in terms of wanting to be a businessman, wanting to do things outside of football, but to ask questions on how I'm going to be successful outside of football and how my education is going to be a part of me just as much as football is really impressive, right? And that's what we're looking for.
And the biggest thing for us was the education system here. It gets you ready for college.
The sports was something else. We knew that was going to be there, but the biggest thing was education, but also how do you grow up at that age? If you wanted to move into this profession called an athlete, time management, do you wake up early? A lot of it was creating these behaviors at such a young age. So when he got to that point, when the 8th grade, 9th grade came around, he already grew those. those behaviors were already, they're natural, they're muscle memory. If you got to get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, come to school, do tutoring, finish practice, make it home by 7:30, that's probably what they expect you to do in college.
JT will certainly be ready for the next level, and he'll be choosing from some of the nation's best college programs. Ohio State, Alabama, Oklahoma, and local favorite Washington are among the schools he's considering. And anyone who's seen him work out will tell you that he could be playing football beyond the college level.
We're proud of him. We continue to pray every day because of that. We thank God for that, but it's a process, and the beauty about being in this process is we know it's happening. It's a live, growing process, and we'll continue to support it. So
I just want to be able to, for after football, I have a plan. Football's gonna help me get there, and I have to have another dream, because as you know, football doesn't last for long. But as far as it takes me, then after that, do my dream job, my other dream job. I want to do something in business and also in the medical field. So probably some time after, however long I play, if I go to the league, that will be one of my things I'll do.
His work ethic, because that's what's key. He grew up in this program. He understands the guys that have came before him. He understands what it takes, and you complement the natural ability with that type of work ethic, and you're going to have a very, very special player. And some of those special players end up playing on Sundays.
Thanks for checking out Sports Stars of Tomorrow on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like, and please subscribe to our channel so you see all of the latest content.